Let's take you to the Western region, at Wabo to be specific, where the residents, they are asking that their roads should be fixed.
For years, the main Tarkwa station to Bogoso Junction Road has been plagued by severe traffic congestion, leaving motorists stranded for hours. In a bid to avoid gridlock, many drivers have opted for the new Atwabo Budo Junction Bogoso Junction route, despite its deplorable condition. Recognizing the pressing need, Gulf Ghana Foundation has initiated a reconstruction of the 2.1-kilometer road with bitumen surfacing at an estimated cost of 11.6 million Ghana cedis. Though residents welcome the intervention, they are urging the foundation to follow through and complete the project as promised.
The high or quite would say, is here and a quiet was said, photos be brain and a walk. Or before I drop a crown as a uba, Eba was a carnabeca and a boba grat muchatan. Was a carnagazana, I say, you say, Ukofa, Unyanku, a beer toinka, na wabetu ako. In suitors were to meet Tarkwa and if in betao. Uba, Ufua, Kukune or Ufua, ultimate sign. I had true. It was a what ya sign. I can't be the witch kurana at Yakobo Obikamu. The air worker go with say. Yeah, the massive pass here, almost junior or minor. Almost na almost your kind of mighty. Yeah, the massive party, yes, Romo, almost your kind of minor. Mbua or minor.
According to all on your better, traffic structure are most in a cars night. Cars will be night and offer. It's a bit too I will be in India. Or on the better one, a go face or so go. Today they were Waba Bay. So, betting my and today they were Canada.
The challenges we face here is very enormous. With the rainfall, when you are coming from town, taxi driver will charge you like 80, 100 Ghana, which is way above the level. So we normally have to partner with them to reduce it for us. Yeah, we're facing a lot of challenge. The volume of water going to people's houses and then the erosion are all problem for us. Yeah, so we are very happy.
The erosion take place all over this area. So sometimes we park our cars and walk. Other than that, I don't know the option that fellow can also do. They come and indicate the road. We become very glad to see them here, but it is not their first time. They told us so many years ago and they couldn't make it. So some of us are enjoying and some of us say, oh, commode them. They always do this and nothing comes from it. We congratulate them and pray for them to do the good job for us.
The Executive Secretary of the Gulf Ghana Foundation, Abdulrazak Yakubu, assured residents that funding is fully secured and the project is expected to be completed within 2 years.
Goldfields, the mining company, wants to improve on the infrastructure in the communities where we operate. And this foundation has been tasked to champion this cause. One of the host communities is New Atwabo. It's actually a resettled community over 20 years ago. So the community leaders thought it wise to approach the foundation for us to put in some money to be able to reconstruct a road that links their community to Bogoso Junction. This will serve as an alternative to the main Tarkwa Station Bogoso Junction Road. From Bogoso, from Aboso, from Daman, you could just use this bypass that we are constructing and then just emerge at New Atwabo and continue onwards to Tarkwa main town. This is how important we see this project. It is an 11.6 million Ghana cedi project that is supposed to span 2 years. But the contractor has assured us that he'll be able to finish in a year or less.
The Member of Parliament for Tarkwa Soyim commended Goldfields for its continued support to government development efforts.
It has come at the right time because it has come under my leadership. And I've always been saying that as a leader, it is always important to bring development to your people. Goldfields is doing well. They are doing marvelously well within the constituency. And I'm taking this opportunity to commend them and thank them so much. That when I went onto the board, the effort we put in to realize this my people have seen it.
The general manager of the construction firm, Woodbine Ventures, assured the community that the road will be completed on schedule and called for public cooperation during the project execution.
The duration is 24 months, but hopefully within 1 year we'll finish this work. It depends upon also, I mean, sometimes we have to also work with our employers because they are the ones who have given us the work to do. So we should also collaborate with them. And when we agree in principle, sometimes also there are unforeseen events. When you are going, there might be variations and things. So if everything go well, I think within 1 year we'll finish this project. We are saying that they should cooperate with us. There will be some inconveniences, but these are temporary issues. I mean, like we are cutting pipelines and relocation of services. For instance, there are certain areas that the ECG posts might probably be on the way. We will relocate them at our own cost, but we will make sure that it doesn't be inconvenience, too much inconvenience for them. So these are the other things that we probably might encounter on this project.
All right, so there you have it. That's a report from Atwabo and Budo City in Tarkwa, where residents are asking Goldfields to fix the roads as they promised. But we have Akwesi Eje Enim, our Western regional correspondent, on the line. He's going to join us and then give us a brief of what exactly that is going on. Actually, he's on Zoom. Hello, Akwesi.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great.
All right, all right. So you filed this report. Can you give us a brief of what exactly is happening and when this whole situation actually started?
Well, what I can say is that, first of all, Tarkwa and its environs happens to be a key stakeholder when it comes to the mining industry. Tarkwa is hosting several mining industries, and Goldfields, Ghana happens to be one of the major mining operators. And over the years, mining communities have been complaining about the negative impacts of mining activities within their vicinity, and they also complain about the fact that they don't benefit from these operations. I mean, the revenue that comes from them, because a lot of it actually finds its way into the consolidated fund, and that is redistributed across the country, and they don't seem to get their fair share. And because of the mining activities, most of their roads are very much impacted upon by the numerous people living or attracted to the vicinity because of the mining industry. So a lot of them have very deplorable roads. And New Atwabo community, which happens to be one of the resettled communities due to mining activities, has over the years complained about not having good access road. Again, the Tarkwa town, roads accessibility is very, very, very much difficult, and because of that, there's always traffic congestion. And this actually led to the calls on Goldfields Ghana Foundation, what is basically the social impacts arm of the Goldfields Ghana company, to actually help in fixing some of these roads so that accessibility around the city and its suburbs will be easy. And so the Goldfields has actually gone into Catshaw to get this road actually fixed so that residents within, communities within its catchment operations can also have some kind of, comfort when it comes to moving around. And so currently the call from the people is that, they embrace the shortcutting, but what they want to see is, a fruitful completion of the project so that the expected benefit that they are hoping for would be realized. Many a times that when it comes to several mineral-rich communities, they complain. If you come to Shama, for instance, we have a community called Nyankrom, which has no less than 4 industries operating over there. Their access road is about, less than 7 kilometers. And this community has been demonstrating, the last demonstration that they had, even had the queen mother of the town actually joining in the demonstration. And all what they are asking for is for them to also benefit from the operations of, or the presence of these companies. And so the community is very much appreciative of the moves taken by the Goldfields Ghana Limited to get this road fixed. But what they are hoping for is a commitment to actually complete it on time as it has been scheduled.
All right, so do you think that the community also blames Goldfields for the deterioration of these roads?
What I can say is that, businesses attract people. And when people come around because of the businesses, most of them have to move around. And all those people and their movements also impact on the state of roads within the vicinity. And so, by extension, they are seen to be, liable for some of the deplorable roads within the vicinity because of their operations. Because if you look at the majority of people living in Tarkwa, in Tarkwa and its environs, they are out there because of the mining industry and the impact on the community's roads. And for this new Atwabo, this is a community that was actually resettled by Goldfields Ghana because of its operations. And so they are liable to make sure that the accessibility to that particular resettled community is good for people to move to and fro.
Right.
Okay, so Akwesi, I want to find out from you. This particular road, which communities are along the road, and also it links where to where? Hello, Akwesi. Okay, so we are okay. So
I hear you.
Hello. Did you get the question?
Yeah. So basically.
Some technical challenges there, but we will get rectified. But I think that from where we sit, if really this is what the institution is looking at doing for the area, it's really going to help. Because you see, yesterday, for instance, when we went for the press conference with the roads minister,
right,
it was so clear that the government cannot fix all. Mind you, the contractors are owed 21 billion Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
And from what the roads minister said, government has awarded road contracts to a tune of 100 billion Ghana cedis. Where is the funding going to come from?
Yeah, there's actually no funding.
To get all these, to get the money to fix all these roads. So if you have private institutions pick it up, like corporate social responsibility, to get some of these roads fixed, it helps. But anyway, let's speak to the Executive Secretary for Goldfields Ghana Foundation, Abdul Razak Yakubu. Let's find out specifically from them their plan to make that road more travelable, the period is going to take, and whether the funding has been made available for the road construction. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I trust you are doing well.
I am good, thank you. What about you?
I'm doing great. First of all, share with us details of this road that you are about constructing.
All right, thank you, and thank you to your viewers. So, yes, this road links Budo City to Bogoso Junction. Anyone who knows the Tarkwa area would know the exact place I'm describing. So, New Atwabo community is one that was resettled from where Goldfields operates now. Over 20 years ago, all the resettlement conditions are done with. But then this town has a road that connects it to a busier section of Tarkwa called Bogoso Junction. That is where you have all the mechanics and bustling business activities. Actually an intersection where you could move from there to the Kumasi Road or to the Honi Valley Abosu Road. And in recent times, the main road that leads to Bogoso Junction is from the Tarkwa main station. And traffic on that route has been very terrible. That road is good. The government fixed it just less than a year ago. And so just to alleviate the stress of people having to be in the traffic for long hours, the community, which is New Atwabo, requested that the Goldfields Ghana Foundation comes in to give that connecting route a bit of a facelift. But then, as a foundation operating in the area, we really understand what the situation is. So instead of just going to grade it or do some spot improvement, we put in a request to our board for a budget to actually construct a 3-layered kind of road with drains and all the road infrastructure required, just to ease the traffic situation and open up that area to economic activities. So it's just about 2.1 kilometer road compared to previous ones that we have done from Tarkwa to Daman, which was about 33 kilometers, and several others. This is quite, more or less a smaller project in scope. As you said, funds for it, the way the foundation operates is that we will not go into the project until we have the funds available. So yes, $11.6 million project, yes, we have that secured. Though we are saying the project will take 2 years, given how the contractor has tackled it from the word go, the number of equipment on site and his plan that he has shown us, he should be able to finish it in a year or less even. So that is in summary what this project is all about.
All right, but how does the foundation actually respond to the growing frustration of the residents?
Yes, so it is quite telling what they are going through, because we all use that route sometimes, but you know, even the construction, I must say, would also come with a bit of challenge to current road users. There are barely any alternatives, so we only have appealed to the contractor to ensure that, I mean, dust suppression on the road, fixing the very terrible sections is done ahead, just to ease the pressure while the actual construction is going on. So definitely they will start from one end, that is the Budo Junction end, heading towards Bogoso Junction. But they would go ahead to fix the very bad, deplorable sections while they progress towards the end of the stretch. So it will be managed engineering-wise, so that just to ensure that the impact of the current state and also the construction challenges do not have too much of a negative impact for the road users. Yes.
Beautiful. But again, this particular road that you're about constructing has been in a deplorable state for how many years?
Well, it is seized now. It gets this bad when we are at the peak of the rainy season, and that is where we are now. That is how come the call has been louder. It didn't used to be this bad, and the community, mind you, this road is not part of the resettled community. Otherwise, it would have been impact mitigation. If it were a community that was resettled and the road construction were to be part of the resettlement package, that would have been a mitigation we are doing, and I don't think the media would even hear about it. This is an additional corporate social responsibility we are doing. So, yes, the cry has been on for a while, but as I indicated, the foundation takes care of about 20 communities in that area voluntarily.
Wow.
And yes, and in the past, we have been tackling projects after project. It is now time for us to tackle this and the way we do it is that we don't choose which programs to tackle first. The communities themselves do. We have a committee where they meet with us and tell us that this year we want you to fund this for us or that. So you will recall, this is the same foundation that funded the construction of a stadium in Tarkwa, the TNA Park. That project was only handed over last year. So that has freed the resources for us to now get onto other requests that have been on our table. And the new Atwabo Budo City Road is the first road project to be tackled after we were done with the stadium, yes.
All right, so how does this actually align with Goldfield's overall commitment, especially to the host communities when it comes to CSR?
Yeah, so Goldfields as a mining company is the first mining company in Ghana to set up a foundation. That shows how committed we are from the onset. This foundation that I represent is over 20 years old, and throughout the 20 years, we have invested heavily in a lot of development. The infrastructure catches the attention of the media, but we've invested heavily in human capital development, from scholarship awards to graduate training programs, where we bring host community persons who have graduated from tertiary institutions to our company to work for 2 years just to gain experience. These are all innovative programs. We recently commissioned a smart laboratory to teach robotics and AI, etc. So we have a comprehensive program. We recently also launched a 5-year development program that touches on education, infrastructure, agric, water and sanitation, and health. So these are, under these sectors, we have programs and projects requested by the community, needs assessment conducted, and we put them into a plan that we are churning out gradually as the funds come in. So the mining company funds all this 100%. Out of every ounce of gold that the company gets, $1 is paid to the foundation. and every month 1.5% of the company's profit is also added to it. We invest over $6 million every year in corporate social responsibility programs for our host community. So the commitment is genuine. It is not for how do you call it, glory's sake, but it is just for us to count the impact that we are making. As you know, gold mining is something that will not be there forever.
Right.
Goldfields is a global company, and we want to be remembered that when we were in Ghana or when we left Ghana, we left behind good roads, good health facilities, an educated community, etc. So we are highly committed to the projects that we embark on.
All right, so moving forward, do you think there's going to be more transparent communication between Goldfields and this community since there's a bit of tension?
I would not call it tension. In fact, the call for the road to be fixed was actually made during the sword cutting. It wasn't some kind of tension that had existed between the community and us. So we invited these stakeholders to the sword cutting where they outline the challenges they have been facing over the years on this road. We would definitely, we are open to communicate more, to engage more, not even communicate, rather engage more with all our stakeholders, the community especially, just to ensure that things are done to the mutual benefit of all in the community.
Before we let you go, there have been a number of complaints or calls made that in mining communities we tend to have deplorable roads and all that. I think your foundation is doing something very good about the roads. What will be your call to other mining companies that within the enclave they are operating, there are deplorable roads there, since you in a way have set the pace?
Yeah, thank you. So this corporate social responsibility space has evolved over the years. When we first got into it over 20 years ago, mining companies shied away from huge infrastructure projects like roads, etc. You know, when a business comes into a locality, SHS economics will tell you that the state provides the infrastructure and then it attracts investors. But that has changed, and all companies need to change as well. If you expect that the state will provide all infrastructure for a company as a multinational to just come and use the infrastructure to do business, you would fail. Because social license is even more important than the legal documents you get from the Minerals Commission, etc. If the government gives you all those documents and you come and the community says no, there is no way you would operate in peace. So my advice or call to colleagues in the industry is that the old way of tackling corporate social responsibility has changed. You need to be deliberate about it, and you must be ready to invest in heavy, high-ticket infrastructure projects. It does not only benefit the community, it actually benefits the company as well. So there is spending on CSR is not a wasted money. Spending on CSR is actually an investment into the operation itself, and you will reap the benefit in the long run. You can't put value on the peace that Goldfields is enjoying because of the corporate social responsibility programs that we have churned out, and also the good stakeholder relationship we have with our communities, especially our chiefs and queen mothers who are always with us to guide us.
Beautiful one there. Thank you so much, Razak. We are grateful that you joined as executive secretary of Goldfields Foundation, and they are moving in to ensure that a road that the tribal residents are asking that is fixed. Well, they are doing the needful. It's a 2.1 kilometer stretch, and 11.6 million Ghana cedis has been pumped, or dollars, cedis, right?
Dollars.
Good, dollars.
Yeah.
That's huge money. It's been pumped into the project for the completion of the project, but we're monitoring it keenly. Some messages we are getting on our text console. Anytime we talk about roads, we get people sending messages. But before that, let's deal with our correspondent, Akwesi J. Enim, and his final words on what is going to happen on the roads. Akwesi, I'm sure you'll be monitoring events on that particular road, especially when the residents are saying that the institution should keep up to its promise.
Well, Philip, it is very much so. I mean, the community is very much expectant that this will be completed. And I must say, Goldfields has done it over the years. Don't forget, Goldfields company, Ghana Limited, actually fixed the Bogos to Daman road, which was very much in trouble state and very much even longer stretch than this one. And they've shown over the years that they are very much committed to their vicinity. But it is also a call to other mining companies in Tarkwa. I remember the MP said that he's going to lead a campaign to get other mining companies to tackle some of the other deplorable community roads within the catchment. And if you go to Tarkwa, we have Ghana Manganese operating at Tarkwa in Suta. We have Ashanti Goldfields mines also there, and other mining companies. So basically, the call from the community is that people should be looking at what Goldfields is doing and replicate such in other communities and on other roads that are in such dire need for repairs.
I would say thank you so much and keep monitoring events for us there. If they are not doing the work well, let us know. We can put our cameras on it or our focus on it. Grateful for your time, Akwesi. So, Chris, like I was saying, you have some of the messages coming through from our viewers concerning deplorable roads in their areas.
Yeah, so we need roads that can last because no one is putting the contractors in check. Roads are done, but in a few months, potholes resurfaces, and then it looks worse.
There's any word like that.
It looks worse than before, and that's money wasted.
Yeah.
Let's make sure roads are done right. An example is motorway done by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah, it lasted for over 60 years, but we are still having challenge on that road. There's a project ongoing on the Accra Tema motorway that is ongoing right now. It's in 3 sections, section 1, section 2, section 3. So what is currently ongoing on the motorway is the section 1 part. That is a 19.5 kilometer stretch. After maybe if there are some funds, they will move to the section 2. That is from the Tatakwashi thereabout to Apenkwa area. Then from Tesano area to New Plan, that is section 3. But let's see how the project is also going to turn out.